The AI revolution is about to shock the labor market in ways that many aren't talking about. But here's the catch. It won't be the same as what happened when China's cheap labor flooded the global market. If anything, the AI job shock could be far worse, but not in the way you think. This isn't just about jobs disappearing. It's about the value of your labor. And when it comes to value, things are about to change drastically. Stick around, because the twist you didn't see coming is already starting to unfold. The truth about the AI economy isn't as simple as jobs will be lost, others will be created. We're dealing with something more profound, the value of labor. Think about this. Certain jobs like nursing, design, and production management are being supercharged by AI. These jobs aren't disappearing, they're gaining expertise, and with it, better pay. AI isn't replacing the workers, it's giving them superpowers. But that's not the whole story. The jobs that don't benefit, the ones that AI can't enhance, like janitors, childcare providers, or security guards, are stuck in a cycle of stagnation. The value of their labor is tanking. And with 4 out of 5 jobs in the US being in this service sector, that's a huge problem. So here's the real question. How do we prepare for an economy where labor isn't just about the number of jobs, but how much they're worth? David Autor, an MIT economist, is one of the few experts out there suggesting that the rise of AI could actually help certain workers. His idea, AI can elevate jobs that rely on cognitive skills. These aren't low-level clerical jobs, but positions that require knowledge and expertise like healthcare or design. By enhancing these roles with AI-driven insights, workers could see their pay rise. It's not about job loss, it's about increasing the applicable value of labor. But here's the thing. What about the workers in jobs that can't be enhanced by AI? For them, things aren't looking great. As Autor explains, many service sector jobs will be stuck in a bottleneck, keeping wages low. And the competition for these positions will only increase, pushing pay even lower. Notice what's missing here. There's no clear solution for the workers left behind in this shifting economy. And that's a serious issue for society. The AI shock might not be the apocalypse some people are predicting, but it's not a simple bump in the road either. Let's look at the comparison between the AI shock and the China trade shock. When China entered the global trade scene, entire industries in places like the US were wiped out. Textiles, furniture, low-end electronics. It was brutal, localized devastation. But AI, the effects are much broader. We've already seen millions of clerical jobs disappear. There's no clerical capital in America to mourn the loss. AI isn't just erasing jobs, it's changing how they work. It's not about entire industries disappearing overnight. It's about reshaping what work even looks like. And that's a different kind of disruption. Now, here's where it gets interesting. AI doesn't just eliminate jobs, it reshapes them. It's a productivity boost for businesses, which means they can operate more efficiently with fewer inputs. But that doesn't mean it's good for workers. In fact, for many, this shift could make things worse. Here's where things get real. AI's impact will be felt differently across sectors. For businesses, it's a win. Increased productivity means greater profits with fewer costs. But for workers, that's where the picture gets murky. While some will be able to use AI to increase their value, many others will face displacement. And it's not just about jobs disappearing, it's about how fast everything is changing. Just like the sudden shocks brought by globalization, the AI revolution is quick. But unlike the trade shock, AI doesn't eliminate whole industries. Instead, it will cause existing jobs to morph and evolve. Some will be elevated, but many more will be left behind in the dust. What happens when this trend continues? The gap between those who benefit and those who don't is only going to widen, leaving a massive chunk of society vulnerable to these changes. And that's just the start. The most alarming part? It's already happening, and we're still not fully prepared for it. This isn't just about technology disrupting the job market, it's about a fundamental shift in how wealth and power are distributed. The increase in productivity brought by AI won't necessarily translate to higher wages for workers. Instead, the gains will flow to those who own the AI systems, the capital owners. Meanwhile, workers in certain sectors may see their value decline. The very same people who are driving the economy could soon find themselves with less bargaining power, less security, and fewer opportunities. And as the divide between the wealthy and the rest of society grows, the social fabric will fray. If this trend continues, we could find ourselves in an economic environment where the rich are benefiting from AI-driven productivity, while the middle and lower classes struggle to maintain any real economic stability. So, what's the solution? One idea gaining traction is Universal Basic Capital (UBC). The premise is simple. If we can't rely on wages to keep the economy balanced, why not give everyone a stake in the AI economy itself? The concept is that by giving everyone an ownership share, people would have a voice in how AI wealth is distributed. It's an alternative to Universal Basic Income (UBI), which many see as unsustainable. Autor argues UBC could be a hedge against job displacement, offering a way for everyone to benefit from AI's productivity boost. Imagine starting with a baby bond that grows over time, providing everyone with an investment in the future economy. This could give people a financial stake and, more importantly, a sense of security. But there's a catch. If UBC works, it's because it gives people a stake in the system. If it doesn't, the result could be the same as UBI, resentment and division. And that's a tricky political path. But let's dig deeper into the mechanics here. The fundamental issue is that the current economic system is built on a narrow definition of value. If you're not contributing capital, if you don't own the technology, your worth is devalued. This is what's fueling the rise of populist movements worldwide. People are realizing that the system isn't working for them and they're demanding change. The truth is, AI's biggest problem isn't just displacement, it's how it separates productivity from wages. While businesses are growing more profitable, fewer workers are seeing the benefits. If we don't find a way to redistribute this new wealth, society risks becoming more divided, with fewer people holding the keys to the future economy. This isn't just about labor, it's about power. And when the masses are excluded from that power, you can expect more frustration, more instability, and more calls for systemic change. Looking ahead, the future is anything but certain. We're at a crossroads where two very different paths could unfold. On one hand, there's the possibility of policy reform, measures like UBC or changes to taxation and wealth distribution that could help ease the transition. On the other, we could see a growing chasm between the tech elites and the rest of society, further intensifying inequality. The question is, which path will we take? It's not just about what happens to the workers left behind, it's about how society will adapt. If we stay on the current track, things could spiral. But if policymakers step in with smart, forward-thinking solutions, we could still avoid the worst outcomes. What happens next is up to us, and the next move is already taking shape. In the end, this entire conversation boils down to one undeniable truth. The value of human labor is about to face a massive reckoning. AI isn't just changing what jobs look like, it's changing what it means to work and what your labor is truly worth. For many, this will mean a future of lower wages, less security, and more uncertainty. For others, it could open doors to new opportunities, but only if they have the tools to adapt. The real question is, will the systems we've built be able to keep up with these changes, or will we be left behind in an economy that no longer serves the majority? As the AI-driven future approaches, remember this: the next phase of economic history is already unfolding, and how we navigate it will determine the future of work and of society itself. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights as we continue to break down these critical shifts.